Lovely. Let's return to the weather now. And Ruth, we were talking earlier about coming storm Dara, but there's quite a storm out there before Dara arrives.
Yeah, in a sense, the weather's busy already, and as we saw in Rob's live earlier in the programme, conditions are thoroughly visible. And actually, the whole of Wales currently covered at the moment by a yellow weather warning to be aware of more rain and those very strong winds. And it's the winds that are going to be the real feature of Dara then, once tonight's wet weather clears, and then Dara arrives tomorrow and into the coming weekend. But just a reminder, an amber warning to be prepared, wind speeds of over 80 miles an hour, and of course heavy rain, a really nasty combination on ground which is already saturated. Now, if you are at all concerned, and as we said, we did see in Rob's item a little bit earlier that levels are rising and flooding is likely to be an issue, there is the Natural Resources Wales website, and there is a floodline number there for you as well, constantly updated every 15 minutes. But as I said, if you are concerned, it might be worth having a little look. In the meantime, let's have a look in a little more detail. So I think be sensible, keep safe. It's worse before it gets better, and then it will get better into next week. A period of calm, John.
Let's just get through it. Ruth, thanks very much.
Well, let's start then with a positive. The heaviest of the rain will tend to ease over the next few hours. A scattering of showers, but it should be a largely dry end to the night. The wind warning remains in force. Those winds remain brisk, but thankfully losing some of their strength by the early hours of tomorrow morning. So it'll be a calm and quiet end to the night. Clear skies, temperatures dropping to around 3 or 4 degrees. But because of that strong wind and the movement in the air, it should be a frost-free night. It sets us up for a really rather decent start to tomorrow morning. I know, surprising considering we're talking about warnings and storms, but plenty of dry weather and some lovely spells of sunshine thanks to a very brief ridge of high pressure. So for much of Wales, Friday is a decent start, and then into the afternoon we'll see the first signs of Dara showing its presence. The winds will start to pick up, warnings come into force, and we'll see some heavy rain starting to work into. We could see gales developing certainly through Friday evening. Temperatures, like today, not really affected too much, neither here nor there. Highs of 10 or 11 degrees, not pleasant by any means. So those winds will remain strong through Friday night. The rain will remain heavy too. And then as we head into Saturday, this is when Storm Dara really does its worst. And as I've been saying, an amber warning effectively covers much of West Wales. And we could see winds of 80 miles an hour, high waves, a really nasty combination. So if you are making plans to head out and about, just be careful. Now, the good news, the positive, is that Dara will rattle through quite quickly. The worst will be done by Saturday and into Sunday. It should be a steadily improving picture.